My name is Max and welcome to FX Hacks. We cut through the fog of FX platforms so you don't sell confidently straight into the mix. Now, a quick confession before we begin. Lord Admiral Horatio Nelson is a personal hero of mine. Swashbuckling, brave, audacious, outrageously successful. Trafalgar, Copenhagen, the Nile, St. Vincent, one eye, one arm, zero fear. A man so effective they stuck him on a towering column in Trafalgar to loom over London for an eternity. And this matters, and I'm willing to admit it, Nelson also had his flaws. He was stubborn. He was administratively chaotic. He was easy to deal with up close. So when reviewing Admiral's markets, now branded simply as Admirals, the question writes itself. Is this a Nelson-level legend of the trading seas, or a brilliant commander whose ship is quietly maddening to serve on? Let's raise the anchor and find out. So our timestamp, skip ahead if you must. Those seasoned FX Hacks crew know the full voyage usually reveals where the hull creaks. We start, as ever, with safety and ease of deposit withdrawal. So, the strongest part of Admiral's offering, regulation. This broker operates under multiple top-tier authorities, including FCA in the UK, ASIC in Australia, CISEC in Europe, and EFSA in Estonia. Client funds are segregated from company capital, negative balance protection is in place, and UK clients benefit from the FSCS coverage. Structurally speaking, this is as close to naval-grade armour as retail trading gets. From a regulatory standpoint alone, Admirals deserves respect. However, this pillar is not just about how safe the vault is. It's also about how easily you can walk through the front door and access your own money. And this is where Admirals runs into a little bit of trouble. Despite submitting valid documents in the correct format, verification repeatedly failed. Documents, in our response, were rejected without meaningful explanation. Resubmissions did not resolve the issue, and support escalations moved slowly via email. And during this period, trading access and funding functionality were effectively blocked. This is not a minor inconvenience. At FX Hacks, one of the biggest warning signs is when a highly regulated broker struggles with onboarding logistics, because friction at entry often foreshadows friction at exit. Once verification is complete, deposits and withdrawals themselves were clean. There are no internal fees on either side, processing times were reasonable apart from those specifics, and funds are returned via the original funding route as is standard practice. But getting to that point can test patience. Our verdict: Admirals is structurally very safe, but operationally frustrating at the gate. A well-built ship with a temperamental gangplank. We've given that a 7.5. So fees and transparency. This is where Admirals regains its composure. Pricing is clear, professional, and refreshingly free of gimmicks. Traders can choose between spread-based accounts or commission-based zero accounts with tighter spreads. Forex pricing is competitive and commissions are openly disclosed, and there's no sense of artificial spread manipulation during normal volatility. There are no hidden gotcha costs buried deep in the small print. What you see is broadly what you get, which is exactly how pricing should feel. The only point to note is the inactivity fee. If you trade sporadically or park funds for long stretches, this can quietly chip away at your balance. It's disclosed, but it's worth remembering. Our verdict: transparent, adult pricing with no marketing theatrics. Just be aware of the inactivity clock. 8.5. So platform and asset range. Admiral sticks to proven artillery rather than experimental gadgets. MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 are both available, offering familiarity and reliability. MT4 continues to appeal to Forex purists, while MT5 expands into multi-asset territory, including stocks and ETFs via invest accounts. Have a look at our review on MT4 and MT5. Execution during testing was stable, feels consistent, and overall platform performance felt dependable. Yes, MetaTrader still looks like it was designed when Nelson was pacing a quarter deck, but that's hardly Admiral's fault. The substance remains strong even if the aesthetics feel dated. Asset coverage is broad. Forex pairs, global indices, commodities, equities, ETFs, and cryptocurrency CFDs are all available depending on the entity under which you register. For serious traders, this is more than sufficient. Our verdict: it's not flashy, it's not revolutionary, but stable, capable, and battle-tested. 8 out of 10. So customer service. This might be the weakest deck on the ship. Support is available via live chat, email and phone, and the staff are polite. However, resolution speed is the problem. Live chat often begins with automated filtering before reaching a human. Escalations move slowly. Verification problems, which directly block trading access, were not handled with urgency or clarity. For a broker that positions itself as professional and premium, it is a bit disappointing. When onboarding fails, support must be decisive and proactive. In this case, it simply wasn't. For straightforward question service is adequate. For critical account issues, it feels sluggish. On verdict, polite crew, slow decision making, functional, but not reassuring when things go wrong. 5 out of 10. So the USPs. Admiral's biggest strength is heritage. This is a broker with over 2 decades in the industry, operating under multiple top-tier regulators and offering structured account types for different trading styles. It does not rely on bonuses, flashy promotions, or influencer marketing. Instead, it leans heavily into credibility and longevity. For experienced traders who value regulation, pricing stability, and institutional discipline, that approach holds weight. Admirals is not designed to entertain, it is designed to endure. Our verdict, serious, experienced operator built for long-term traders rather than short-term hype. A 7.5 out of 10. So what's our overall score? We've given that a 7.6. Admiral's Markets is very much like Lord Nelson himself. Strategically brilliant, structurally impressive, hugely respected, but administratively frustrating and occasionally stubborn up close. If your account verifies smoothly, you'll find a safe, well-priced professional trading environment backed by strong regulation. If it doesn't, patience will be required. For experienced traders who prioritize regulation and pricing over polished UX and instant support, Admirals makes sense. For beginners expecting seamless onboarding and lightning-fast assistance, the experience may feel less than admirable. Quite column-worthy, but still a capable commander. Now, our affiliate disclosure. You may find an affiliate link to Admiral's Markets in the description. Using it helps support FXAX at no additional cost to you and allows us to keep reviewing brokers honestly, independently, and with very little tolerance for administrative nonsense. As ever, manage risk, question everything, and never follow an Admiral blindly. From FXAX, I'm Max. See you next time when we see a signal.